and we'll get started. And I apologize, guys. I got these screens set up, and I have to record on one screen and have it running on YouTube on another screen. And sometimes I just run into technical difficulties doing that, and that's kind of what happens there sometimes. So I appreciate you guys being patient. All right.
Realize you're not full screen yet. You have the little slide indicators on the left side.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I had to make sure the Zoom. I had to get the Zoom running. So. Yeah, so it should be running live now. Yeah. So what are you guys seeing right now? You guys seeing full screen or what?
Seeing you.
Me? Oh, you shouldn't be seeing
now we got all of the slides.
All of the slides, then me, then all of the slides, then me.
Still all the slides. You did a screen share. Okay, I think something's coming up.
Full screen?
Yep. Text notification.
Right. Yes, sir. All right, technology. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go ahead and get rolling here. And of course, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You guys already know to subscribe. If anybody is new on here, please subscribe. If you're looking at the recording, bottom right-hand side of the screen, you can hit that and you can subscribe right by hitting the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and that will allow you to subscribe to the channel. If you want to be notified when we drop a new video, just hit the notification bell, and that will allow you to do that as well. And if you go to the website, that is where you can get your free consultation. That's where you can look at whatever programs we offer, whether it be entrepreneur coaching or just general health advice. If you're looking for that as well, you can go to the page and just schedule a consultation, and we'll get with you pretty quickly. When you schedule a consultation, you'll actually be able to do that right on the calendar, so that won't be an issue. You won't have to wait for anybody because you can schedule it right on your own. So that is pretty much how that works. Oh, hold on one second. Let me see something here. Few of these slides in the wrong place, guys. Just let me put these slides in the right place here. So you guys not looking at the wrong thing. All right, so the personal branding blueprint here, a step-by-step guide. So we've been talking about that for the last 2 weeks, and we just put out like a video version because I know some of you guys don't like to really look at like an ebook type of deal. I know how that is sometimes. So we do have a video version where there's 10 actual videos that you can take a look at. Then some other keyword, narrow and broad keywords, so you'll know, different ways to brand yourself, where you can brand yourself in a way that people are actually looking for what it is you're doing. So that all those things are in the video and in the book, so that you guys can figure out how to do that. You got some of you guys picked up the book, the ebook. Make sure you use that code when you're doing the ebook so that you can get it for the $4.99 when you go grab that book. If you want the ebook, and it comes along with a lot of other documents, it's not just the book. And I know some of you all went in and did it already, but I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that's how that was set up. This is the video course as well. That's there now. And that video course, a couple of guys went in and got that as well. Please make sure you use those codes, because those codes take some of the money off of the training. So some of you all went in and y'all paid $15 for it instead of using the upgrade me code and paying $9.90. And what you're getting is those 10 videos. You're also getting a cheat sheet. You're also getting a special report on branding. You're also getting an influencer cheat sheet. And what the influencer cheat sheet does is it allows you to go to some influencers' Instagram page and connect with some of the people that they're working with, so that you can brand yourself and get people to look at your information through them. So there's an influencer cheat sheet in there as well. I believe I've got about 7 different high profile people on there that you can connect with on that influencer cheat sheet. So make sure that you take advantage of that as well. But again, when you go in there and get it, all the downloads are right there. So you just pretty much going to download it, and then you'll be able to move forward from there with the download. These are just the 10 videos that are there. There's 5 here and 5 on the next page. The lowdown, why personal branding matters, the top 5 benefits to building your personal branding strategy. 3, the most common mistakes made when building a personal branding strategy. The top 6 things to consider when choosing the target audience for your personal branding. The 3 most important things to define in your personal branding. And again, guys, these are so very important, because I know I know who's on the line, because I can look at the participants and see. And most of you that are on this line right now are in Legal Shield. And I know you guys feel like you branded already, and you are to a certain extent. But remember, you have to brand yourself within Legal Shield for the area that you're working. If you're working with millennials, you got to brand yourself for millennials. If you're doing network marketing, you got to brand yourself that way. If you're doing B2B, you got to brand yourself that way. If you're working with insurance agents, a lot of insurance agents don't want to hear about network marketing. So you have to be careful how you brand yourself when you're talking to insurance agents, so that you don't turn them off by talking about network marketing, as opposed to talking about them joining, not joining, but them filling out some paperwork so that they can offer the products, like I went over last week. So if you missed that, look at last week's training, which should have come to you in an email, and you can see kind of how I word that there. But that's why those things are important. Why branding is important. The benefits to building your own personal brand. You can build your personal brand while you're doing Legal Shield. And this is the other 5.
Your audio is cutting in and out.
Is it? Hold on 1 second. You guys not hearing me clear?
Yeah, I hear you clear.
Okay,
I hear you clear.
I am.
Yeah.
I hear you clear.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Excited. Cool. Appreciate you guys. And if I start breaking up, let me know. Please let me know. So I appreciate that, Mr. Hicks. On the last 5 of the 10 videos, you've got the 3 things you need to check to make sure your personal branding is reaching your target audience. So again, you may think that you're reaching millennials. You may think that you're reaching ladies of justice, but you may not be branding yourself the correct way. So if you're creating posts to brand yourself because you're a woman and you want to be more involved in ladies of justice, make sure you're using the right Legal Shield materials. And if you're creating your own little things, post it yourself, make sure that with that you're doing it as well. 4 easy ways to carry your brand into everyday life and build your authenticity. The top 3 simple things to incorporate into your personal branding. signs that your personal branding is not working, and how to test it, and then the 5 secrets to using social media for your brand. Now, there's also now the 20 points that I'm gonna make here, the 20 tips that I'm gonna make here that are in this PowerPoint, guys. Also in that, when you go in and get that course, that video course, the 20 tip PowerPoint, it's in there too as well. So when you download that material, you're gonna actually have the PowerPoint with the 20 tips, and it's gonna be set up for PowerPoint and set up for PDF slides. So if you don't have Microsoft PowerPoint, you can download the one that says PDF PowerPoint, and you can just run it as a PowerPoint on your computer if you just have if you don't have Microsoft. So just download them both, and then you can use whichever one that you want to go over if you need to go over those 20 tips that I'm gonna go over here on the training today. So I just want to make sure you guys know that that's all part of that download. So what we're gonna be talking about today are those 20 tips to building your personal brand. So these next 20 slides you're gonna see, you have a download for those slides in that video course that you just saw a second ago. So I'm gonna get through these 20, and then I'll take a few questions at the end. So decide who you are. Use your life story to decide who your brand will portray you as. So you have to choose, guys, what your story is going to be, and hopefully your story is going to be your true story. But your branding has to match your story, because you want to seamlessly be able to promote yourself through your brand. And in order for you to promote yourself through your brand, you want it to be you for real. Like I see so many people on Instagram and Facebook and like people that I know that are branding themselves in a way that they aren't. And it's like, that's too much work to try to act like something you're not. So if you're going to be saying, hey, don't brand yourself right as a millennial if you're not a millennial. Don't brand yourself as a lady of justice if that's what you are. If you're not a network marketer, don't brand yourself that way. Brand yourself however you are, so that you can naturally be that. And when you get a phone call, or whenever, if you do an interview, if you do anything, or have a chance to meet the people that you're prospecting, you want it to be natural who you are. So just make sure you're keeping those things in mind as you continue to build out your brand. So make that decision right in the beginning so you can stay consistent, right? Define your audience. Decide on the demographic of your audience. So again, you know, who are you looking for? Are you looking for families so you can market the family plan? Are you looking for CDL drivers so that you can market the CDL plan? Right? Your appearance have to match with all these things. So when we talk about in these further tips, your appearance matching, right? You don't want to do a Zoom or prospect truck drivers with a suit and tie on, because that's not, you're not keeping up with the image to match your audience. So you got to define your audience in the beginning. Now, you may be doing everything. Like, you know, I do network marketing, I do business solutions, I do CDLP, I do different things, but I have to dress the part. Even to the point that before COVID hit, when I travel and train and do, a lot of times I'll have enrollments where I'm doing trainings at, or I'll have 2 enrollments in the same day. So I may be doing the city, an enrollment for the city from 10 o'clock in the morning to maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon for some city or some county, right? Could be some sheriffs or something. But first thing in the morning, I may be doing a CDLP enrollment at a safety meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I have to literally have my suit and tie hanging up in the back of my car, and I'll go into that safety meeting with a baseball cap on, a t-shirt, some jeans, do my safety meeting with the CDL people. When I finish there, I'll jump in the car, stop at a Starbucks or somewhere, go in the bathroom, put on my suit. And I normally don't wear a tie, but I'll have on like a button-down shirt, a blazer, same jeans, right, guys? Jeans, a button-down shirt tucked in with a belt and a blazer on, and some walking shoes. And now I'm going to do a presentation for some sheriffs and sitting in there and doing enrollment for sheriffs all in one day. But I have to change because I have to define my audience, and I have to mirror match my audience. So keep that in mind when you're branding yourself as that go-to person. That all helps in your sales, because when you're dealing with like an area like CDL, or if you're a lady of justice, or if you're saying, hey, look, I'm really going to target stay-at-home moms. So you have to really define your audience. When we're saying define your audience, we really mean define your audience. So you can't just say, oh, I'm ladies of justice. Well, ladies of justice, but who are you really going after? Are you going after independent women who have a full running business and it's another stream of income? Or are you looking for the full the stay-at-home mom who's saying, okay, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I want to earn money as well. I don't want my husband to be the only person working just because I'm a stay-at-home mom. When the kids are taking a nap or the kids are gone out doing whatever they're doing, and when I'm done doing whatever I do in the house, I want to spend 2 or 3 hours running a business. If that's the case, then that's a different audience than women who are independent that run a full business. Those are 2 different audiences. So you want to mirror match with that audience. So make sure you're defining your audience as you're building your brand out so that you pretty much can narrow down who you're going after and how you're going to do it. Understanding that audience. So it says now you know them superficially, know them deeper, define the wants, the needs, the beliefs, and the values of that audience. So you want to make sure that, again, you understand what needs does a millennial have, right? What needs does the stay-at-home mom have? What beliefs, right, does that CDLP driver have, if that's who you're marketing to, right? What values does that insurance agent have, right? If you're gonna target the Spanish marketplace, right? Say I'm gonna do legal shield in Espanol. Well, I know a lot of Spanish, but I have a Spanish leg. Spanish people are different. Their culture is different. What they believe in is different. A lot of times the Spanish marketplace, they're very skeptical of things because they feel like they're going to get taken advantage of, even with their own people. Like you can have a Spanish person talk to a Spanish person and sometimes they're still skeptical. So you have to know that going in and know that that audience is skeptical. So expect that to hit that brick wall and know what to do when that happens. It's not to say you can't deal with them, because once you get the Spanish market, like that'll turn your business around, because like that'll turn into a whole big deal. But you got to know when you're marketing to the Spanish market, if you run into resistance, skepticism, to not say, oh no, I ain't gonna deal with Spanish people because they're skeptical. No, because it's not network marketing. Spanish people are generally just skeptical because guess what? They're in a different country. The same way if you were in Spain or if you were in Brazil, or if you're in Costa Rica, you would be a little skeptical about what's going on because that's not where you're born and raised. Now I know some Spanish people are born and raised here, but you guys get my idea. Sometimes their culture is they're just skeptical even with each other. So when that happens, don't think that it's network marketing and it's not working and they're not listening to you. It just takes a little bit more convincing for the Spanish market sometimes. But then once you get them and they start going after the Spanish market, like it'll really help your business. So, but you have to understand your audience. You have to understand with truck drivers, you have to get them to believe in you first, to trust you first. Those drivers don't care what it costs. They don't even care what the plan does. What they care about is whether you understand their lifestyle. If you come in there as a fast talking salesman or saleswoman, you're not going to sell anything. And if you do it may drop. Even if you do sell very well, it'll drop. If you go in there not understanding the plan that much, but you really know how to connect with the drivers and sit down and talk to them and laugh and talk about their lifestyle, they'll buy the plan from you. I promise you that. So again, that's an audience thing. You have to understand your audience when you're branding yourself. So know what you're getting into when you say, I'm getting into a specific arena. And if you guys can follow me on this, just put yes or yes in the chat. So what's tip number 4? Purpose of your brand and the message, right? What is the message? So let's take, what's the message? So when I'm marketing the legal plan, the message is what? I'm looking to protect families because legal things will happen. And if they do happen and they do pop up, you don't want to pay $250, $350 an hour. It will be in your best interest to have some kind of coverage for $25 a month. That's pretty much your pitch. That's your message. That's your branding. So when you're posting, you're saying things like, how to affording equal access to justice in this country is blah, 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 blah. That may be your pitch. That may be your brand or your message on Instagram story or wherever you're posting it at, because your audience may be you selling that family plan. But what happens when you're looking to recruit? What happens if your brand is I'm recruiting to stay-at-home moms under Ladies of Justice? Guess what? The brand and the message changes. The brand and the message completely changes. So now you're posting what? An image. So if you went to Canva and you made an image, you may have an image of a woman at home doing schoolwork with her children and saying, stay-at-home moms have a really difficult job, but they still want to play a part in the finances in the home. And you may post that. If you're interested in that, just direct message me or whatever the case may be, right? So different message, different brand. Same company, you still marketing Legal Shield either as a product or an opportunity to work with you, but your brand and your message has to change. So when it says using this information to define the purpose of your brand, the message you want to have, and ensure that it will be relevant to your audience. You have to make sure that what you're talking about, like that's why when I say some of you, I don't mean you guys on the line right now, because I don't necessarily follow y'all's independent business, but you see something get posted on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform you're on. Let's say Legal Shield posts something. They drop some kind of image of Legal Shield with a saying on there, and it looks nice, and you grab it and you save the image, and then you go to your page and you post it. Copy and paste. Now, while I can appreciate copy and paste, the question is, did what you just drop on your page or your independent Legal Shield page, does that match the brand that you're saying? Did you just drop something talking about wills, but typically speaking, you're talking to stay-at-home moms about joining the business? You see what I mean? You're dropping a completely different message, guys, because you're just saying, oh, it has Legal Shield on it, so I can use this. No, you can't use it because it says Legal Shield. It's just like when you go into your Prospect by Legal Shield and you're sending videos. Y'all see something new back there, and you just send it because it's new. Are you even talking to the same audience with that new piece of information? I mean, I've watched people on my team literally send videos to people, right? Campaigns to people, and they don't even look at the videos that's in the campaign. Why would you put somebody in the campaign and you don't even know what they're looking at? How do you have a conversation with them afterwards? And see, these things are, again, they all wrap around the same thing. Branding, understanding your audience, like everything is not cut and paste. And I know sometimes you want to make it seem like all you gotta do is just automated. It's automated because it's already made for you. But you should review the information yourself and make sure that that's the message that you have been consistently pushing forward with. Because if it's not, then you're hurting your brand. You have to keep everything in the same place as you're talking to your audience if you want them to follow you and start to buy and give you referrals. So tip 5 is make a list of things you want to be associated with your brand. Adjectives, phrases, buzzwords that you want to embody that can be a good way to remind you to do it. And see, these are things that we aren't doing. We aren't taking the time out to take a sheet of paper and say, okay, you know what? I'm going after the millennials. I'm about to recruit really heavy and get my builder's bonus, and I really want to build in the millennial space. Well, what's your keywords, right? That's why I told you as part of the download for the video course, I've got narrow and broad keywords. Why do I have that there? Because guys, you gotta use keywords in your information, because everything is analytics. Everything is when you're posting on social media and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and everywhere you post. That information is getting in front of certain audiences based on the words that you're putting in that post. So if you're talking to millennials, why are you talking about wills? That is not good. That information is not going to get to millennials because millennials aren't looking up wills. So Google AdWords, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they are not going to get your posts in front of millennials when you're talking about wills, because millennials aren't searching for wills. So they're not going to put that information in front of them. And if this is complicated for you all, like you'll get it as you continue to hear this kind of stuff, but you got to understand that what you say in your post determines who it gets in front of. I know you just dropping it and you're saying like, oh, people going to come across it. No, those social media platforms put the information in front of people who are talking about that kind of stuff because they want to engage. So what are your buzzwords? Are your buzzwords stay-at-home mom? Are your buzzwords over-the-road truck driver? Are your buzzwords millennials looking to earn extra income? Is your buzzwords have something to do with Spanish-speaking people if you're looking in the Spanish marketplace? As your buzzword have to do with working from home because you're recruiting? So what are your buzzwords in the post that you're making? Or are you just dropping anything because it's got a Legal Shield logo on it and say, okay, it's got Legal Shield on it, so I guess I can put that out because I am Legal Shield. So create your visual brand design. So I've got my own logos. And Legal Shield has a logo. So you can use their logo, but guess what? Business name, logo, design, headshots. Let me move this so I can see what I'm saying. The visual elements should be created in an interesting way. It needs to stand out, and you should use it all on your media. So if you're doing Ladies of Justice, all of your information should have the Ladies of Justice logo, not the regular Legal Shield logo. If you're talking to millennials, then you should be using the millennial logo. Or the Young Pros. I'm saying millennial because that's what they used to call it, but it's called Young Pros now. You should be using the Young Pros logo. You should have that as a backdrop on your page that you're posting from. So when people go there, they see that logo. Like you have to fall into the logo and the brand. Now, again, I've got my own logos and things like that, but when I'm pushing Legal Shield, I'm using Business Solutions logo when I'm dealing with all of my business accounts. I don't use the regular Legal Shield. You think I go to my businesses and I send them information with the Ladies of Justice logo on the bottom of my email when I'm talking to a business owner? No, I use Business Solutions. So even within Legal Shield, they've got several different logos. Why do you think they do? Why do you think this billion-dollar company has a Ladies of Justice logo, a Young Pros logo, a regular Legal Shield logo, an identity theft logo? Why? Because they know that branding is important. Some of you you're talking to a client about ID Shield, but you're sending them emails with a Legal Shield logo on there. Nothing about your logo says ID Shield. It just says Legal Shield. And you're like, well, that's the parent company, so it doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters psychologically when it comes to sales. That's why you should be using the ID Shield logo if you're talking to an account that's dealing with nothing but ID Shield. So keep those things in mind as you move forward. You should be looking at a visual brand design, even if it's the things that are already within Legal Shield. So research the industry. By understanding your industry entirely, you can find your place in it. Look for the missing areas and decide how you can fill it. Think about the popular content, platform, and trends. Discover what is lacking and do it better. So what do I mean by research the industry? Are you doing network marketing? Are you doing CDL? Are you selling family plans? Are you doing group? Are you doing small business? Those are all different industries, guys. Understand the small business industry and what they're looking for, and then use the tools that Legal Shield give you for that specific industry when you're going in there and promoting the different things that you need to promote. When you're going into Legal Shield, LS Engage, and you're going to resources and you're grabbing material, make sure you're grabbing material that have to do with the area that you're going into. Don't grab regular Legal Shield stuff to go out and do Ladies of Justice. Make sure you're using CDL flyers for CDL, family thing. Like it sounds really simple, but you wouldn't believe how many people do it differently. Make sure you're mirror matching with all those different things, and make sure you understand the industry that you're working in. All right, tip number 8, research your competition. How does that work? So me in the CDLP space, I have to understand my competition and what they're doing. Why do I have to understand the competition? Why do I have to research the competition? I have to research the competition so I'll know what to say when I go in there to brand myself differently. So if I know that I pull a company up, so let's say I pull up ABC Enterprises, and ABC Enterprises, I find out when I call already have some kind of plan in there, but I'm going to go in there and try to get the business anyway, right? And typically I don't do that, but let's just say for the sake of conversation, that's what I was doing. If I pulled the company's safety score and saw that company had 10 tragic accidents over the last 3 years or the last 24 months, because that's what it's going to show me. How am I branding myself when I go in? Yes, I'm branding myself as Legal Shield, but I'm going in there with the approach of we offer tragic accident at 100%. And the company that they have in there right now currently does not. But unless I pull that other company up and check them out before I go in there, I don't know that. Does that make sense? So you want to research the competition. So if you're doing Ladies of Justice and you're saying, hey, I'm doing Ladies of Justice and I'm going to talk to these stay-at-home moms about working from home. Well, what other opportunities out there for them to work from home? What other companies, right? Should you be looking at Mary Kay? Because Mary Kay are in stay-at-home mom space as well. So it's Pampered Chef. So are some of these other network marketing companies. So again, look at like what does it cost to get into Pampered Chef as opposed to what it costs into Legal Shield? Because you're branding yourself and you're walking in and saying, look, we've got the lowest entry level product. We can make you the most money in the first 30 days, guys. You've got to be able to stand apart while being a part of the whole deal. And you do that by researching your competition. So find out what the competition is doing, figure out how to do it more effectively to reach new people and rise to the top. Man, if you think about the real estate industry, how many people are realtors? How many realtors are there? So if I'm a realtor, I mean, I sell houses. That's real simple. Well, so does every other realtor. So how do I set myself apart? Why would somebody buy a house from me as opposed to buying a house from Daryl Stanley? Why would a person buy a house from me as opposed to buying a house from Bob Fisher? How do I set myself apart? I'm a fitness trainer. I'm certified. So is every other fitness trainer. They are certified. So why would a person use me as opposed to using the other person? Why? How am I standing out? Like I mean, I can't be lucky to draw. I can't run a business and hope that it's a coin toss. I've got to brand myself and create a niche market so people will know me as. So if I worked in LA Fitness and I was a fitness trainer, I would make postcards or little postcard type things with a picture of me on it with my qualifications and what I specialize in. And I would have those on my desk. Because that would get me more attention. Because they'd be like, oh, this guy got his own stuff. Right? I would have LA Fitness on it. But I would have this is what I like. I really enjoy getting people ready for events. I really enjoy working with people who had an injury, right? I specialize in people who have leg injuries or shoulder injuries. Like, guys, you got to figure out a way to separate yourself, right? You in Legal Shield, you selling the same stuff, everybody. If I'm in Legal Shield, I can sell everything you can sell. What's the difference? We live in the same neighborhood. We both walk in the community. What is the difference between me and you when we both can offer all the same stuff? The difference is going to be our personality. And the difference is going to be like us as a person. How are we going to service that client? What we know about the product. How we make that sale. What are we offering along with that sale? Are you letting the clients know that you're gonna look? I'm your agent. You can call me. Call me before you call the law firm, so I can make sure you got everything in place. Are you saying those kind of things, or are you just walking in there and just doing your Legal Shield deal and just assuming that you're gonna get the business? So remember, when you join something cookie cutter, it's cookie cutter. So everybody got the same thing you got. So you gotta stand out, but still be in that same place. So I hope that makes sense to everybody, right? So tip number 9. Check this time. Where we at? 9:57. All right. So tip number 9, create your social media profiles. So claim all your social media profiles, even if you don't plan on using them all immediately, right? Make sure you have the same username and profile design and create links between them. Create links between them. Your stuff should look the same. You should be posting the same information on the different sites. You should be using the same image for yourself, right? You may be in a different pose, but you may be in the same outfit. So let's say you go do a Photoshops, and you take 25 pictures, 100 pictures. You can put yourself in a different pose on a different social media site, but have the same picture. Because when people see that picture, they're gonna realize that it's you, even if you're posed differently in that picture. Make sure that you've got links on your social media to the other links. So if you go to my Instagram page, you're going to see my access to my Facebook. You're going to see access to my Twitter. It's going to say, follow me on Twitter, follow me on. So anywhere you go, if you go to my website, you're going to see all of my social media stuff in the bottom right-hand corner. So link your accounts. When people are on your LinkedIn, they should know that you have a Twitter account. They should know that you have an Instagram account. They should know when they click it, it should be similar when they go over there. Because again, that's all branding. So make sure that you have your social media profiles. Now, if you don't do social media, I get it. Some of you guys don't do social media. If you don't do social media, that's a whole nother conversation. But if you do, make sure that you link and everything. Define the kind of content that you will create in the platforms you will do it on. I'm not on TikTok. I don't use TikTok. Right? So there's different. I don't use Vimeo. So there's different platforms that I don't use because sometimes it can be overwhelming when you've got too much. So I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube. Those are the places that I post on for the most part. The other ones I just don't get involved in because I don't want to constantly be like all day posting on all these different sites. Not to mention that my different audiobooks and things like that, they're all on completely different platforms. They're on those too, but they're on the platforms that I need to be on to market those things. So there's a lot of posting and things like that going on that I have to keep up with. That's why it's important to understand, like, you got to have a content strategy, right? So define the kind of content that you will create and the platforms that you will do it on. What's your content going to be? And is it going to be similar? Are you just talking about wheels, right? If it's wheel month, are you going to spend a whole month talking about nothing but wheels? And if you are you making sure that all your content has to do with end of life documents? Are you pulling estate planning information and posting those things and saying, hey, I just found this really good article on estate planning. I just found these really good statistics on estate planning. I know that the gentleman from Black Panther that just passed about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, the guy from Black Panther, when he passed, there was an article showing that his will and things either wasn't up to date or he didn't have one. And his wife had to go to probate court and fight for his stuff, right? And at the end of the day, guess what? I would use that article if you were talking about estate planning. So just keep your information. Like if you're doing small business, don't just use the Legal Shield small business content. Go find articles on small business owners having legal issues and post those things on your social media, because you want to give people information without Legal Shield on it, so they don't feel like they're being sold something when they're reading information that you put out there. That's why, like I said, if you download the resource stuff that I have and some of the programs that I'm marketing, if you download that stuff, it'll have things on it like resource cheat sheet. And it'll have different information that I'm giving you information so that your business will run correctly. And it's not, it's just part of the package because you want to make sure that you're getting some other things. So tip number 11, put your content on the relevant media. Create unique quality content and post it where your audience will see it. Post it where your audience will see it. Get yourself inside of groups. And don't just go on groups and post your stuff. Go on groups and engage with people. I'm going to talk about building the community, social media community in one of these tips. But if you're in an entrepreneur group, then you're going to put content in there that have to do with being an entrepreneur and working from home and things of that nature. I wouldn't get into an entrepreneur group and then talk about selling a family plan in there, because that's not the audience for that, guys. So you got to understand that when you go inside these groups on Facebook and wherever you find in these groups that you're getting into, once you're in those groups, put content in those groups that are relevant to what the groups are talking about. I get in these groups sometimes and I see other Legal Shield people inside these groups, and I see the stuff y'all post, and I'm like, they don't do nothing but make themselves look bad, and they make Legal Shield look bad. Somebody in there talking about one thing and you posting Legal Shield or connecting it to their post, and Legal Shield, I mean, you couldn't twist and turn that conversation to a Legal Shield conversation. But you shoving Legal Shield down somebody's throat because you see an opportunity to see any opportunity. Somebody even say the word legal. They can say legal pad and you post Legal Shield. You know what I mean? Not relevant, guys. It's just not relevant. Your content needs to be relevant. It needs to be on relevant media when you're posting it. So make sure that, and I'm telling you guys, sometimes you have to create your own stuff. And I know you're not a designer, and neither am I. But that's why I talked to you guys months ago about Canva. About Canva, guys. So what if I was going after insurance agents? This is an example, right? What if I was going after insurance agents, right? Because I don't have to use Legal Shield's name on anything. Like, so I know some of y'all on here, y'all goody two shoes, and like, well, I don't want to post nothing to put Legal Shield without getting their permission. I know some of y'all break laws, but then y'all don't want to do nothing publicly because y'all think somebody gonna smack you on the hand. Nobody perfect, I get it. But look, you don't have to put Legal Shield on anything. That's why I'm telling you to brand yourself. So let's say I'm going after insurance agents, and I've got my company called Oceanside Benefits Group. And I go to Canva and I drop a picture of myself, or I put a logo, right, of of my Living Legacy Benefits group or my Oceanside Benefits group on the Canva content that I'm creating. I put the logo at the top and I say, during enrollment season, I'm finding more and more that my clients are wanting to talk about legal and identity theft issues, especially in this climate. I don't personally have as many accounts as a lot of insurance agents, so I'm looking for some insurance agents to work with me because I've got some products that they will be able to market on their own to earn that income, right? And I'm just talking, guys. Like, this is not, I mean, I'm talking this as I'm going along, right? And I have my logo on there, or a picture of myself, or, you know, some people at the backdrop with some people at an enrollment, just a general picture I put, and put people at an enrollment. That's me creating content, dropping it on a page, and some insurance agent seeing that and saying, I'm hearing that too at my enrollment. So that guy has a product that I can offer. And they might message you and say, hey, I saw your post. What is it that you can offer? Like, how can I offer a legal? I can do that through you. Is that something I can offer on my own? And I say, oh yeah, well, I work with a company that offers a legal identity theft product, and you can actually do the same thing that I'm doing. Like, I do that through my benefits company, right? So through my benefits company, I offer a legal identity theft product. You can as well. I'll send you over the paperwork, and you can choose whether you want a level agreement, right? Or whether you want a high-low agreement. Do you want to do this as a general agent and take this commit and then send them the paperwork, right? So I see Melissa, you're asking, is it better for a logo or picture? There's not one. It's not one that's one better than the other. You can actually do a logo and a picture. I mean, you can do both, really. You can do a logo and a picture. So you really could do it how you choose. But I would definitely tell you that you got to create your own content, and you don't have to put Legal Shield on your content when you create it. You could literally just create it. Like I said, create that. You want to create that vision that people are going to look at. Some people at a benefits enrollment, insurance agents are going to look at that. You know, and you can say, start offering legal and identity theft benefits through your insurance agency and post that and have your logo there. You don't have to put Legal Shield on there. Put your logo there. And they contact you and say, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, hey, I saw a post where you're saying that you contact you to offer legal identity theft services. So what is it you do? Well, I offer benefits through my benefits company, but I just went to Legal Shield and I offer their legal and identity theft product. If that's something you want to do, I'll send you the paperwork and you can fill it out and just send it back to me, and I'll get it, upload everything for you, and it'll tell you the percentages that you're gonna get paid and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's the importance of having your own brand. What are you still doing? You're still pushing Legal Shield, right? If I'm a personal trainer and I say, yeah, you know, I work at LA Fitness as a personal trainer, but I actually do my own personal training. So I've got my own personal training company, but I do work for LA Fitness as well. So if you ever need any personal training, let me know, and I can get you set up on some personal training. Or I can go on Facebook and I can post a picture of me training somebody, or I can post a picture of a person being trained and put my logo there and say, looking for a personal trainer. I've got 17 years experience, so I've got 10 years experience, or whatever the case may be. As a matter of fact, I've been working with LA Fitness for 5 years. Now I'm using LA Fitness's name to get me business, but they're coming to my personal training company. I don't have to put LA Fitness's branding on my post. I can say I've been working with them for 5 years. I got a right to say that without even having to get permission from them to say that. You guys follow that? You got to get a little bit more creative when you're doing stuff, right? You got to get more creative so that you can get business and work through those different processes as you're doing that. So just trying to open your mind up to just some different things. So be consistent, post consistently, reply consistency, and have a consistent branding. So when you post, guys, once you get yourself to where you're posting regularly and people are commenting on your posts, when people comment back. And when I say comment back, I don't mean hit a heart. I don't mean hit a like. I mean actually say something back to them. So if they say, oh, this is interesting. My brother is a personal trainer and blah, 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 blah. They may not even be looking to give you no business. Always jump on there and say, oh, who do your brother work for? I've been doing this for a good amount of time. I like to hook up with other personal trainers. Comment back. because that helps your analytics. And guess what? The social media sites will put your information in front of more people when they know that you engage back, because guess what? They want engagement. They're not going to push somebody to the top who has 30 comments that they don't reply to. They're going to push somebody to the top that has 30 comments that reply back, because that's showing engagement. And that's what they want to see. They want to see people interact. So it's important to interact with people once you post. Don't just post and then don't say nothing back unless a person asking you, can they do business with you? You ignore everybody else because they're not trying to do business. They just replying to your post. So make sure you keep that in mind, and make sure you posting consistently. Whatever consistent is for you. So if you're saying I'm really busy, I can only post 2 days a week. Well, guess what? If you can only post Tuesday and Wednesday, then just post on Tuesday and Wednesdays, and make sure you're consistently doing it every Tuesday and Wednesday, because people will realize that. Okay, Daryl or Carmen or Bob or Melissa or Wilbur, they only post on Tuesdays and Thursdays in this group. People will that's still consistent, even if it's 2 days a week. So it don't have to be every day. It just needs to be consistent. But you can't be willy-nilly posting when you're in the mood, right? Posting when you're eating at a nice restaurant, and then you don't post again for 2 months. Then you go see your grandbaby, you don't post because you see your grandbaby, then you don't post nothing else. If people not telling you they tired of seeing, like, you know how many friends I lose, guys? Like, I lose so many friends because they get tired of my posts. Like, if people aren't getting tired of your posts, then you're not posting enough if you're posting for business. Now, if you're just being a nuisance to everybody, that's something totally different. But if you're posting to run your business and you're getting business out of it, don't worry about the people who leave, because the people who don't want to see you, they aren't your prospect. And your personal page is for personal stuff. So don't worry about that. When you're posting business stuff, if you're keeping that on your business page and the people are leaving your business page, don't worry about it. The people who leaving are the people who, when people unsubscribe, I probably get about 10 unsubscribes a day. At least I get 10 unsubscribes a day. I mean, in emails. I get a message at least 10 times a day. This person unsubscribed. I don't care. As a matter of fact, they saving me money, because I pay for everybody who subscribes to my email. So when you unsubscribe, you're actually saving me money. So it doesn't matter to me that you unsubscribe. That's part of marketing. Sometimes people like, I don't want to see this dude's emails no more. That's okay. I don't take it personal. I don't. So just make sure you being consistent, and know that when you're consistent, people that don't want to see your consistency are going to unfriend you. They're going to unsubscribe. They're going to block you. They're going to do whatever it is people do. And guess what? It doesn't matter to me, because I'm running the business, and that's what you do when you're running the business. You got to make sure you're putting your information out there. Tip 13, checking your analytics. Make sure your business plan is effective and on track, and seeing the analytics and engagement of your content. If you see that people aren't engaging in your stuff, then change what you're saying. Don't change your industry, change what you're saying to them. Maybe you're too salesy. Maybe you should put more articles that help people. Right? Sometimes you got to earn people's trust. Just put articles that help people. And as they engage in your page, they'll bring other people to your page, because you're putting information there that's helping them. So maybe you're putting 5 posts that are sales and 5 posts that are helping, and people aren't engaging a whole bunch, or changing. Do 7 posts that help and 3 that engage with sales. Knock down the sales posts. Knock down your ratio, guys. But you got to check the analytics. Don't just be posting stuff and not looking to see whether people are engaging. And if they're not engaging, you're not changing. If you don't change why people aren't engaging, then your business is not going to grow. Again, and it doesn't matter what you're doing for a living. It doesn't matter, what kind of marketing you're doing. That's how it's going to work. So tip 14, keeping up with the trends. Do not get left behind. Keep up with your industry and current overall trends. Okay. Let me speak to my legal shield people for 10 seconds. Stop posting outdated stuff. Don't post outdated stuff. Don't use the logo that's not the logo anymore, right? If they stop using a video, don't go into your stuff where you used the video before and grab the link and still use it, even though they're not using it anymore, because they stopped using it for a reason. And you like, well, I still got the link, so I'm gonna still use it because I love this video. No, don't do that. Stay up to date. If you're going to wear gear, if you're going to shoot videos and wear gear that have the company on it, whether it be LA Fitness, whether it be Watson Realty, whether it be Legal Shield, Don't have a shirt with the old logo on it, shooting videos. You're not up to date, guys. And keep up with the trends in that industry. Keep up with what people are doing. Like, I've got to keep up with the CDLP space if I'm gonna be in that CDLP space. I've got to keep up with current articles if I'm gonna be in that space, because I can't go in there a safety meeting talking and I'm not talking about what's happening in the industry. So if you're offering a small business, you know what you should be doing at least once a week. Go online and say, what legal issues are small business owners having, right? Ask yourself that. Type that into Google. What legal issues are small businesses having? If you're saying, hey, I'm a fitness trainer, and as a fitness trainer, I want to know what's the current trend. Like, when it comes to fitness, what are people looking for right now? Are people looking for Zumba classes? Are they looking for hot yoga? Are they looking for somebody that's going to help them with calisthenics right now? Like, what's the new trend, right? Is the new trend getting slim? Is the new trend bulking up? Know your industry that you're in. Are people looking for condos right now or standalone houses? Are people looking to live on a beach? Is living on the beach, is that growing right now? Ask yourself those things. Stay relevant, right? Get to these last 6, guys, pretty quick. I know it's 10:15. And if you need to drop off, guys, you know it's recorded, so don't worry about it. So readjusting your strategy, and I already talked about this anyway, readjusting your strategy. If your strategy is not working, change it, right? Use the data and analytics you have to improve your strategy. If you're going after millennials, right, and your strategy is not working, change your strategy. Right? That's right. Adapt and overcome. I see you, Carmen. So just make sure, guys, that you're readjusting. You have to always be readjusting to make sure that what's going to work. If you're team building, if you're recruiting, and what you're doing is not working, adjust it. Are you saying the wrong thing? Are you giving out the wrong tools? Are you following up incorrectly? Adjust what's going on. Look at your analytics. Look at your results and see whether or not you need to change some things about what you're doing as you run your business. Build a community, interact, and build a positive relationship with your audience. Whether it be you creating an audience on Facebook, or whether it be you having an audience because you do online things like the Chamber or BNI or whatever networking groups that you're a part of, right? Build a community and interact and build a positive relationship with your audience. I can't say it enough. When it comes to the commercial driving field, the CDL field, you have to build a relationship with those drivers in order for them to buy anything from you. So I don't care if you're selling them insurance. I don't care if you're selling them a legal product. I don't care if you're selling them a house. You have to engage and interact and understand that audience. That's all part of marketing. That's all part of sales. So tip number 17, live your brand. Branding is not just digital in business. Your brand should be your life. Your brand should be your life. So do you live that life that you're branding? So I hope I don't offend nobody when I say this. Ooh. So check this out. It's always interesting to me when I'm in the gym working out, and there's a personal trainer that works for the gym and they're not in shape. And I'm thinking, first of all, why did this gym hire a personal trainer that's not in shape? Why are you showing somebody how to do stomach exercises and you got a gut? Like, I don't get that. Like, and look, guys, look, I'm 45 years old. I know that a person with a gut can know how to lose the gut and just not be doing it. So I know that exists, but you're not living your brand. How are you saying I'm a personal trainer? I work for a company, a company that's a gym, right? And I'm out of shape, and I'm actually training people to get in shape. Can you do that? Absolutely. You can do anything in America. You can do anything in America. But what I'm telling you is you're not living your brand when you do that. How are you selling? Like, I got people that I know that are selling recipe books online, digital marketing. They don't even know how to cook. How the heck are you selling recipe books and you can't cook? Like, you're not living your brand. You're just selling something to make money. So it's like you gotta live your brand. Like if I'm a realtor And I'm saying I'm specializing in selling condos because this is what I believe. You can get a really nice condo, right? Live in this really nice condo in a nice neighborhood. It could be gated. I don't have to worry about cutting the lawn. I don't have to worry about doing this. I don't have to worry about doing that. I don't have any kids at home anymore. It's just me and my significant other, right? We got a pet, and we like that lifestyle. We got a resort style pool, right? We got pool tables down there. We got a grill outside that we can use. That's the lifestyle. That's what I'm selling. But I live in a 4-bedroom, 5-bath. And I'm like, okay, so you're not living your brand, guys. You're not living your brand. Ever walk in a Cadillac dealership and a guy trying to put you in a Cadillac that costs $70,000 and that guy drive a doggone Volkswagen? Okay, look, bro, there's nothing wrong with your Volkswagen. I'm not beating your Volkswagen up. But why are you selling me on a Cadillac when you don't drive one? You can't be telling me how great of a car this is, but you don't like, but you're not driving one. I don't get it. If you're going to go work for Mercedes, you better be driving a Mercedes. Because one thing I promise you is you're not going to sell me a Mercedes, right? And you driving a Honda. I'm just saying. Anybody drive a Honda, there's nothing wrong with a Honda, but you're not going to drive a Honda and sell me a Mercedes. That's not going to happen. Because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So you got to live your brand. You can't be like working with me and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm trying to lose 30 pounds. I'm trying to change the way I look, man. I'm on this mission. And you fat. And you like, I got you. I'm going to get you there. Just work with me. Trust me. Trust me, I'm going to get you there. You working, I'm on the machine working out. You eating a Reese cup. Tell me, look, I get it. These exercises going to work. I'm just right now, I'm in a space. I'm eating my Reese cup right now. But if you do what I tell you to do, you're going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right? Y'all know I'm just playing around. But you guys follow me, right? You got to live your brand. Right? Your brand should be your life. It's got to be that way. So, like, if you're in Legal Shield, like, are you using the membership? You selling Legal Shield, but you don't have the plan? You've been in Legal Shield for 5 years and you don't even use the plan. You're not living your brand. You're not living your brand. Like that whole thing, that's a farce. That whole thing is a farce. Like, I don't have the business plan, right? Because, and I'm just telling you, this just me telling you, if you're in Legal Shield, you should actually be a company. You should have formed a company, gotten an EIN number, given that EIN number to Legal Shield, and you should be getting paid as a 1099 to your EIN number, and you should own our business plan. I'm just saying. You may not want to do that. I'm just saying you should be, especially if you're selling the business plan. That should be your scenario. Because you're selling that business plan, talking about how business owners should have it, but you've been in Legal Shield 10 years and you don't even have a business. But you're going door to door and telling business owners they should have a business plan to protect themselves legally, and you're operating without a business. No, forget it, business plan. You haven't even formed a company. You operating as you and telling them you need an attorney for your business. You crazy if you don't have no attorney. But me, I'm operating a business and I don't even have a business name. HBS or 10, whichever one you choose to have, depends on what you're doing. Like with Legal Shield, if you're in Legal Shield, you should actually, in my opinion, you should have the small biz 50. Because that gives you lawsuit protection. You should have that, because what if you do an event at a hotel and somebody trips and falls on a cord? Now, I know that you can have liability insurance, but I'm just saying, cover yourself. Cover yourself however you need to do that. So I would say small biz 50, but again, do what you choose you want to do. All I'm saying is just a little bit hypocritical. Excuse me for saying it. It's just a little bit hypocritical if you're walking into a business and telling them they should have a business plan to protect their business, and you're in Legal Shield and you don't even have a business form that you're operating through. That's just a little hypocritical if you ask me. So let's move on to tip number 18 before I get in trouble. Tip number 18, network with people in the industry. Making connections is essential in building credibility and finding new opportunities. Make connections in the industry, guys. So when I'm doing benefits, I'm talking to the other insurance agencies. I'm talking to the insurance agents. I'm talking to the benefits enroller. I'm connecting with them because we're in the same industry. You know how I got Aflac agents on my team? Being in enrollment and talking to them about offering them, like, look, everywhere I go, you guys are at. I don't go to any account and Aflac is not there. Are you offering a legal identity theft product? Because if not, I can get you in a position to offer that. And as a matter of fact, when you start offering that product, right, I'm no longer going to come here. You can put the Legal Shield stuff on your account, on your desk with your Aflac stuff, and I'll give you do a 50% commission split with you with this account because I already have it. But you come here every year, do Aflac, let's do a split on this account, and I won't ever come back. Period. Right? I can do something else with my time. And an agent that is now on my team, I could do a split with them and get them rolling here with Legal Shield. Network people with people in the industry. You have to, guys. You have to. So if you're going after small business plans, who else is walking into small businesses? People who use the payment machines. So if you're in BNI, if you're in the chamber and somebody does payment solutions, they're going into businesses and offering a way for them to take debit cards and credit cards and all that kind of stuff. You need to be networking with them because they're going door to door offering those machines. You should partner with that person and say, hey, look, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, let's go out together. You go out with your machines and I'm gonna talk about the legal side. Now you got a workout partner that's not even in Legal Shield that offers payment processing machines, and you got somebody to go out with. So you're making connections, and it's essential when building credibility because you're working with people, guys. This is what being an entrepreneur is about, not being a network marketer. This is what being an entrepreneur is about, not being, I'm a fitness trainer. This is what being an entrepreneur is about, not saying, I'm a realtor. Yes, that's great, you're a realtor, but what are you doing to create your own brand as a realtor so that you get more business? Right? My ex, like what I love about her is she kills it in real estate. And she went after the Spanish market. She's bilingual. She went after the Spanish market. Like she does over 200 grand annually. And it's nothing but the Spanish marketplace. You see what I mean? It's always funny to me when I hear people talk about Spanish people or talk about people of color or talk about somebody that wasn't like that came over here from somewhere else, as if they're not important when they've got money to spend and they're spending it. She does over $200,000 a year in real estate and all her customers are Spanish. They're buying property. You see what I mean? They're buying property. So, and I mean, you guys know this, right? Legal Shield in Espanol, right? That we got an entire department for Spanish-speaking people with Spanish-speaking materials. Guys, you gotta brand yourself. And does she have regular clients? She's got regular clients. But I promise you, over 90% of her people are Spanish. She does a Spanish radio show every week. She's targeting her audience. A lot of her materials are in Spanish because she's going after the Spanish market. And this netted her over $200,000 a year, right? As a realtor. I'm just saying, you gotta network with people in your industry. You gotta understand your space. You gotta understand your audience, and you gotta pick and choose where you're going and who you're gonna work with so that your brand will work. Because that is being an entrepreneur, right? Not just doing what it is you do for a living. 2 more left, guys, 19 and 20. Collaborate with prominent figures as a great way to build your audience. So, like I told you guys, I think a week or 2 weeks ago, who has a podcast that you can get on? Who interviews people that you can have them interview you, right? So you're building your audience through them. So who has an audience? So find somebody on social media or somewhere else that has an audience and they're offering something different, and work with them and say, okay, you get on my platform and I'm gonna get on your platform. What happens is now you share your audience with them and they share their audience with you. That's how you do that. Hey, Daryl, let's post on each other's Instagram page. Let's promote each other on each other's Instagram page. Why do I do that with people? because you've got an audience. So if you're on Instagram and you've got 2,000 followers and you sell Mary Kay, right? And I sell Legal Shield. And I get on my Instagram and say, hey guys, my significant other has been using Mary Kay for quite some time, and they just got some new products. If you guys are looking for some products, I would definitely suggest you use Mary Kay because they got some new great stuff that just came out, and my significant other's been using it. If you're looking for an agent, this is a friend of mine. She's been servicing my significant other for the last 6 years. You guys follow that? So when I do that, what happens now? That person sees my audience. Right, my audience sees that person, that Mary Kay person, and I'm not losing nothing by that happening. Now they click on that person's profile, that Mary Kay rep's profile, and they follow that Mary Kay rep. So let's say I got 2,000 followers, and 20 of my followers go there and follow that person, and then they go there and say, "Look, I've got a Mary Kay business. I work from home." But because I own a business, I decided I wanted to have access to an attorney. And as a person that's working from home, I was not going to pay an attorney $250, $350 an hour. So what I've been using for the last 3 or 4 years is Legal Shield. I've got an agent that I can always call before I call the attorney. This is who I work with. If you're interested, this is his page. And now all of the Mary Kay followers and the family and the friends and the high school people and all that kind of stuff see that Legal Shield, that recommendation for me with Legal Shield, and they click on that and say, oh, let me follow his page when they look at some of my posts. You guys follow that? I'm just telling you guys. I'm just telling you. Collaborate with people. Work with other people that offer a different product and a different service, and y'all can share audiences, because people are spending money, right? Last tip. Tip number 20, believe in your brand. Your audience will not believe in you if you do not. Confidence is the key to success. So be confident about what you're offering and believe in your brand. If you don't believe in Legal Shield, you shouldn't be selling it. Please go find something else to do. If you don't believe in the opportunity of working from home and network marketing, stop recruiting people. If you're selling real estate as a means of income, but you don't really have that belief in your head of home ownership and what it has to offer, all of the perks of owning a home, if you don't believe that, you're like, oh, I'm gonna rent. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in rent mode right now. For those that know me, like I'm in Grant Cardone mode, right? So my ex constantly got me in the headlock. Like, when you gonna buy another house? Because, you know, I'm trying to make some money on that deal. And I'm like, you're gonna be the first person I call. But right now, I'm in Grant Cardone mode because I don't know where I'm gonna go. I work from home, so I can move anywhere I want. So I don't know whether I'm gonna go to Arizona. I don't know whether I'm gonna go to Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know whether I'm gonna go to Atlanta. I don't know whether I'm gonna go further down South Florida. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know where I'm going. I might decide to move back up north. I don't know. So if that's the case, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not in that space right now. My kids are out the house, right? I get my granddaughter for about 5 days out the month. I'm not in that space right now, so I'm not buying. Me being a realtor right now, how am I going to sell that dream? Home ownership. But yeah, I'm renting right now. Don't worry about me though, right? So you got to understand that you got to believe in what you're doing, right? So I believed in being a fit person before I started helping people to get in shape. And I don't help a lot of people get in shape because that's really not what I do. That's not really my branding. But I do have some clients that I do help get in shape. But that's not really what I pitch. That's why you never see me brand. Like, you never see me push fitness stuff. You see me post my stuff, you know what I mean, for me, but you don't see me posting fitness stuff in general. I believe in fitness, but I don't push it. But believe in your brand. Believe in your brand, because if not, you're not going to really do everything it takes to move forward with that brand. Yes. I'm going to open up here for questions 1 second, though. So remember, go to the website. Got any questions? You want your free consultation? The ebook is $4.99. If you just want the ebook, it's $4.99. Remember to use the discount code TBD Networking in all caps. Remember, if you want the video course for branding, It's $9.90. It's $15 when you go there, but it's gonna be $9.90 if you use the discount code Upgrade Me. And make sure you download all of the downloads because there's quite a few downloads with that. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of all of those different things there. All right, good stuff. I like that. Awesome sauce. Let me go ahead and drop this real quick. All right, here we go. So, and for those that are on YouTube, guys, just so you know, I really appreciate y'all putting all those comments on there and asking questions, but you know, we can't see those when you're on YouTube. I see them afterwards, so they don't be real time. So if you want to ask real-time questions on the chat, you got to do that on the actual Zoom. On YouTube, I see those comments after, so that's why I don't answer them, because I can't see them while they're running, because I'm on there live, but I'm not looking at that computer while I'm on there, if that makes any sense. So unmute yourself if you got any questions, so we can get some questions answered before we chime off. And I know my background is looking like I'm going in and out. I told y'all I'm moving, and I don't want y'all seeing my wreck of a house right now. So y'all gonna have to bear with me on that.
Hey, look, Mr. Dunbar, that was fantastic information. I have no questions. I'm processing everything. I mean, damn. I got to jump on another Zoom, but thank you so much. This is like, I look forward to these sessions every week. I'm so appreciative, and I see a lot of people that are on other calls, and I'm so happy that this community is getting tighter and tighter, and I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You got it. You got it. Absolutely. Hey, Jim, I see you have posted something. Yes, the all that stuff is out. Like, people have already bought that stuff. So it's there. It's on it's on I thought I had the link up there. Give me 1 second. Let me grab the link real quick, and I'll just drop it in here. I'm sorry about that. I don't know.
Yeah, you did have the link and everything else, but do you have it on I'm not a fast writer. Do you have it somewhere in an email or something so that I can do the click and get to those locations?
Let me ask you a question. Did you get the email today?
About the class here, but not.
Huh?
Yeah, just only about the class. I have to do a search, I guess, maybe.
No, the email about this training tonight, it had it in there. The link.
Oh, okay.
The link,
I'll look further.
Yeah. The link was in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link real quick here. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going crazy over here. I'm in PowerPoint and everywhere else. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it here just so it'll be here. So there you go. So that's the link. But remember to use that discount code as well, or depending on which one you're doing. But when you go there to that link, that'll take you there, and you can also click whatever other products, and the other products will show up there as well. They're all there. You can download whatever it is that you're getting. If you have any trouble getting anything, just text me or email me, and then I'll walk you through it. For that matter.
Has the book come out? Has the book come out?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that would have come through an email?
Say that again.
That would have come out via an email?
Yes.
Okay.
And you should have already gotten an email.
All right, I'll do a search to find you.
If you research and you don't see it, let me know.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Yep. And I see you, Karen. And I'll take care of you, Karen. I see the post the chat you just put in there, Karen McCoy. Anybody else? You can, if you got anything, you can unmute yourself if you want to and ask if I missed something. There's some of the stuff I might be missing.
Mr. Dunbar, I want to say thank you for all that you do. What you've done for me, I couldn't afford. But
I appreciate that.
I will get there to get that money.
You got it. You got it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mr. Dunbar.
Anybody else? Stephanie, what's up?
Hey, Mr. Dunbar, this is Stephanie.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. We got Stephanie. We got Stephanie and Zephanie. Stephanie and Zephanie. Let me get Stephanie first and then Zephanie.
My daughter and her friend were trying to get on the call tonight. And that's why I asked for the code, but they couldn't get through. Do they have to send you their email in order for them to come on?
When they go to click on it, click on the The link, you could either gave them the code and they could have just went to Zoom and then used the code, or if they click on the link and they ask them for the code, they put it in there. Like, they don't have to be on no email blast or none of that. The link should let them in with the code. I'm not sure why they weren't able to get on, but it's recorded. So if you need it,
so I send them on
to
YouTube. I send them on YouTube, and I think there was on YouTube.
Yeah. If they got on YouTube to see it, then it's playing live on YouTube. It's still playing live now.
Okay. And another
Yeah. So they should have been able to get on there and see it.
How you get your ENI number? Where you get it?
You mean EIN?
The EIN, yeah.
Yeah, is that why you can't find it? Because you're looking for an ENI number.
No.
No, yo, it's a EIN number. You get it through the IRS. It only takes about 10 minutes, and then you can print. You can actually print it right off. Like, you don't have to wait for them to mail it. Let them know that it'll ask you, do you want it now? And they will actually, when you finish, it'll pull up, and all you got to do is click and save it into your computer as a PDF. So if you go to IRS, but make sure when you're going for something like that, right? Do not, all government websites, always make sure you don't get caught up in the fake sites that charge you. And they're not fake meaning fraud, but they will charge you what the government will do for you for free. So if you go to get your EIN number, you just go to Google and put in EIN number. Companies that charge you to do it will pull up. And when you click on it, it'll make you think that you actually getting your EIN number through the IRS, and you're getting it through them. And they'll process it and get it for you. But they might charge you $35 or $40 or whatever to do it. Mm-hmm. If you go directly to the IRS website and apply for your EIN number, it's free. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely free to do it. And it only takes about 10 minutes. So Jerry Clement put in there, go to irs.gov and just go to the search bar and put in EIN number, and it'll pull up some subjects. Click on the subject and it'll say apply for an application or whatever. And it's going to ask you certain questions. So if you need some help with that offline, just let me know. And I'll be able to help you so that you know. But make sure you got your company form. Well, you don't have to have a company form because you can do it as a sole proprietor. But just call me if you need some help with understanding the EIN number and getting it, because you should have one, and you should be getting paid from Legal Shield through an EIN number. I'm just telling you guys, protect your social. Yep. Protect your social security number, and don't be getting paid to your social when you're doing business. Because the last thing you ever want to happen is somebody to come after you. Because how you've been getting paid is what's liable. So if people like, yeah, but that's business, and they're gonna be like, well, how they paying you? To your social or to an EIN number? To your social. Well, that clarifies it as personal, right? You're a sole proprietor, which means they can come after your sole proprietor behind. Mm-hmm. So just get you an EIN number and operate through an EIN number. Yes, Karen. Good question for your provider law firm.
Legal Shield.
I love it.
Remember the $14.95 with Legal Shield? But many years ago, we had take a business plan for $14.95.
You're talking about the home business supplement or home business rider?
Home business supplement.
Yeah. You can get that. Yeah, you can definitely get that. I mean, I have the 50, but I mean, say you can get the home business rider if that's what you choose. Yeah, you definitely have an option to get it.
Well, I had it years ago now, so I've been paying for it.
Yeah, that works. You use that. Okay. Good stuff. Anybody else? Oh, Zephany. I'm sorry. Stephanie, now Zephany.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Dunbar. The content tonight was absolutely fantastic, and it really honed in on something I was having an error in doing, in trying to put all of what I was doing with Legal Shield on one business card, the Legal Shield in Espanol, Ladies of Justice, CDLP, and all that. And so understanding now to differentiate and brand yourself in one marketplace is great. When you talk about getting your own business entity, should we just use the launch by Legal Shield to do that? And how I guess my struggle right now is trying to narrow that niche down to actually a company name that will suffice for covering all that I want to do, because I'm as you are, I'm in all of the You know, I do small biz. I'm a broker because I have an insurance license. So I, you know, do all of everything, the LOJ, but not having a clear niche is what is really got me stalled right now.
Well, you need to figure out which one you need to figure out, because it's okay to do more than one thing, but you need to get good at one and then move to the next. So like me personally, it comes to network marketing. I've been with Legal Shield for 10 years. I didn't start doing CDLP until about 4 years ago. So I wasn't doing it before then. I mean, I had taken the training like my first year in the business and had took it like every couple of years, but I didn't start doing it until 4 years ago. When I first started Legal Shield, all I was doing was network marketing. For like the first 3 or 4 years, I was doing nothing but network marketing, and then I went into group. So sometimes you gotta take it one thing at a time, and really, man, you gotta invest in different business cards. And I know sometimes people that they looking at, I know everybody got a budget, man, but guys, look, you're running the business, and you gotta figure out a way to do what you need to do for your business to run properly, not just run. So I've seen the Legal Shield associated with the business card that says, ladies of justice, CDLP specialist, small business advisor, group specialist, right? You got everything Legal Shield doing the card, and you flip that sucker over and say Watson Realty. You know what I mean? On the other side. Oh, you want to sell everything you sell on one business card. It's like, no. Get you an LOJ card, right? Get you a business card. If you're doing benefits, first of all, you should have a benefits company, do it through there and have a business card for that, and then say we offer legal and identity theft products. When you're doing benefits, use your benefits card. Don't use Legal Shield unless you're just Legal Shield. If that's all you're doing, then just use Legal Shield. I'm not saying don't use Legal Shield stuff, but if you're an entrepreneur and you do benefits, but you also do network marketing and all that kind of stuff, it gets kind of messy when you're doing that. It gets messy because now people are asking you about the recruiting stuff and all, and it's like, no, or if you're saying, I'm doing business solutions, but that's all I do. I'm not doing network marketing. I don't want to do a benefits company. I don't want to get involved in all that, Mr. Dunbar. But then make sure you got the business card that's got business solutions on here, guys. Brand yourself. Brand yourself based on what you're doing. If you're doing CDLP and you got a Legal Shield business card, then put CDLP specialist on there. Don't put a specialist. You can't be a specialist in everything. How you gonna be a specialist in everything? You're gonna be a top recruiter, a CDLP specialist, a small business specialist, a group specialist, and like I said, whatever you do full time, you got that on the back of your card. And you probably got something ripped penciled in on there too. Cross out the phone number, put this my other number. Cut it out. Cut it out. Like if you got three things doing, if you marketing three different things, then have three different business cards. I got benefits cards, I got Legal Shield business cards, I got cards for my training company. And I give those cards out appropriately based on who I'm talking to and what niche market I'm in.
Right.
And that's how you have to figure those things out. But finding your niche, you got to figure out what it is you want to do. And that's the decision you just got to make based on where you want your time to go and what you think is most valuable for what you're doing, and work on that niche. And then let that be your major. And then as that grows and you put it on autopilot, that's what being an entrepreneur is about. I own 2 businesses. I didn't start owning 2. Well, I did start. I had 4 at first, but I got rid of the other ones. But with Legal Shield, I was in Legal Shield by itself for some time after I got rid of the other stuff. When I opened up the training company, I had been in Legal Shield about 6 years already. So you got to get your business to a point where you put it on a little bit of autopilot and then use the free time to open up another business if that's what you're going to do.
Okay.
So you gotta know, right? You gotta know how to fly a plane before you can put it on autopilot. You can't get it in the air and put it on autopilot if you don't really know how to fly a plane. Because what happens if autopilot mess up?
Then you crash.
So you got to know how to fly a plane before you use autopilot. You have to know how to run your business before you hire people to do things in your business for you. Because how do you know that they're not doing it wrong? So I always practice stuff myself, and then I turn it over. So I got right now I'm in the process of hiring a virtual assistant. The things that I'm gonna have my virtual assistant doing, I already been doing for years myself. So I already know how to do it. So now when I turn it over to them, I know whether they're doing it right because I know how to do it. I'm not gonna start a new service in my business and then have somebody else doing it. How in the heck I'm gonna know whether they're even doing it right if I don't even know what I'm doing myself? So certain things you don't need to know, but certain things in your business you do. You don't need to know how to be an attorney, hire an attorney for your business. You don't need to know how to be an accountant, hire a tax professional for your business. But if I'm going to be offering a service from my business, I need to know how my service works. If I'm going to market the service, I need to know what kind of response I'm getting from my audience before I have somebody else do the marketing. So when they say I called 20 people and everybody hung up on me, and I'm like, oh, you just don't know what to say. No, I may be talking to the wrong people. And if I don't know I'm talking to the wrong people because I made the calls first, now I can say, well, actually, I made calls, man, for 3 years. And I've never called 20 people on one day and got 20 hangups. Like, that's not a normal thing. So let's see what you're saying to people. But how do I challenge it? It's just like I market Legal Shield. And when I pick up the phone and I call and I say, hey, Jim Hicks, how's everything going? Jim says, yeah, man, I called that law firm, man. They ain't answered the phone. They ain't never called me back. And I say, really? Well, let me find out what happened. I'm not going to say that to him. What I'm going to say is, Mr. Hicks, I call that law firm probably once a month. I've never had them not answer the phone, and I've never had them not call me back. Check your voicemails to make sure that they didn't call you back. You didn't know where they called you back from. I'll check on my end to make sure that they got your number correct and things like that. But I do know that they call back when you call them because I've been using them for 10 years. I can't say that if I wasn't using them.
Right.
I just got to make up an excuse of why they didn't call back because I don't know whether they did or not because I've never called them myself. So just keep all of those things in mind, like learn your craft. So pick a niche, learn that craft. And when you learn that craft, right, then you can say, okay, so I'm gonna do later justice first, and then I'm gonna concentrate on millennials, and then I'm gonna concentrate on CDOP. I'm gonna build your business out a little bit at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself because what happens is you'll do nothing. I'm gonna end with this story, not in the call, but in this response. I've got a good friend of mine, and me and her go to lunch like once a week. Like we go to lunch. Someday during the week we go to lunch. And she called me and she said, hey, no lunch this week. I said, what's going on? I said, you cut me off? She said, no, I'm on detox. She said, I'm doing 3 green smoothies a day for the next 2 weeks because I'm about to go out the country and I want to look good. I said, you doing 3 green smoothies a day? I said, what diet you on now? She said, I ain't on no diet. I said, you ain't about to do three green smoothies a day for 2 weeks, so you ain't on no kind of diet because you going from 0 to 100. That ain't gonna work. She said, you hating. You just hating. I said, no, I ain't hating. I'm just telling you, it ain't gonna work that way.
Right.
Right? She didn't believe me. About 4 days later, she called me. I said, what you doing? She said, I'm on the way to Orlando with some of my girlfriends. We going to this new Chilean restaurant in Orlando. I said, Chilean restaurant? I said, they sell green smoothies there? She said, shut up. I ain't on that no more. I said, I knew you wasn't going to be on it for too long because you can't go from no diet to eating nothing for 2 weeks but smoothies because that's not going to work. That's too overwhelming. If you do 3 meals a day, change it. One green smoothie a day and then 2 meals. Once you get used to 1 green smoothie and 2 meals, then you can move to 2. Then you can move to 3. And then you only going to limit yourself for maybe a week or so doing that because that's too much to do. You do that for a little bit of time and then you can go back and eat regular food or eating some healthy food. You cannot just be on a green smoothie diet and detox for the next 5 years. That's not how you get skinny. That's how you kill yourself. That's how you get sick.
Yeah, that's right.
Some people overwhelm themselves instead of just saying, let me take it one bite at a time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. That's me.
Yeah,
to a T. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for helping us.
Uh-huh. Anybody else?
Mr. Dunbar.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing. Hey, Miss Melissa, how are you?
Good. This was amazing. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I see you working on there. You working on your branding and you got your deal going over there.
I'm trying, but you made a good point about trying to focus on one thing and get it right because I think that's been some of my problem. I'm trying to do too much, and I need to just focus. And I really feel like the market that I have is group benefits and small business. So, would you recommend having 2 separate cards, like businesses? Like I'm working on the group benefits. Should I just stick with Legal Shield Business Solutions for the small business, or should I brand that differently?
No, I would take your benefits company and those business cards, and I would use those cards when you're opening up a group, right? Okay. When you're talking to a business owner about the small business plan, I would use Legal Shield cards and then use the ones that say Business Solutions.
Got it. Okay.
That's what I would do for those 2 different things. And it's okay to mix it if you're opening up a group and selling a small business plan to the same company. That's fine.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I mean?
And then
that's fine. Go ahead.
And one other thing, where would you recommend what website to help come up with a logo?
To help come
I
up
don't
with
want
the
to
logo.
look like my logo is a botanical garden.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. And that's why I told you that in all honesty, because I just know if somebody,
I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want nobody to see. So this is the most inexpensive place to go to for a logo. Fiverr.com.
Okay, I've been there before.
F is in Frank, I is in ice, B is in violin, E is in echo, R is in Robert, R is in Robert.com. Not only for logos, let me put that there because I see y'all trying to write it down. Fiverr.com. I'm putting it in the chat, guys. So Fiverr.com, I've been using that for years. I sell on there and I buy off of there. Fiverr.com has everything from anything you need. If you want to get a resume done, if you want to get a virtual assistant, if you're looking for somebody to make phone calls for you, if you anything you need, Fiverr.com or Upwork. There's a place called Upwork.com as well. Now with Fiverr, start at $5. So you could literally go to Fiverr.com and find somebody that does logos for $5.
And so what they'll do is they'll take my name and then create a logo based on that.
Yeah, if you tell them, because they're going to ask you what is it for. If you say, they're going to ask you, what's your vision? What does the company do? Stuff like that. And then and just look through them, do some research though, just look through a couple of them, because what happens is you'll find some that have better deals. Like you'll have some that'll say, hey, we'll do 10, we'll do 10 revisions, or we'll send you up to 5 logos and you choose, and then we'll revise that logo 5 times for you. Some of them will charge more. Some will be 5, some will be 15, some will be 20, some will be 150. So you just got to look and see which one you want, but they start at $5 and everything goes up in $5 increments. So everything is going to be a derivative of $5. Like nothing's going to be $19.99. It's going to be $5, $10, $15, $20, so forth and so on. So Fiverr.com, you can find all kind of assistance for stuff like that, and they will make your logo and stuff like that. My logo, my training by Dunbar logo, I paid $35 for my logo.
Wow.
$35. And I actually found a girl who did my logo. She was just on Facebook and on a business page. And she was a young girl out of Africa, a young African girl that was like 23 years old that had a graphics company. And I found her on Facebook. And she made my logo for $35. She gave me 3 different designs. I chose one. And then she did revisions on that. And I paid $35 for it. Yep. So, you can find that stuff very inexpensively. You don't have to go pay an arm and a leg. People try to make you think, oh, you got to go pay $500 for a logo, and you got to do all that stuff. You don't. So if you got questions about that kind of stuff, just call me. I'll let you know, because I've done it 10 times over. Even when it comes to a website, I can show you a very inexpensive way to get your website done. If you're looking to do a website, anybody, I see you to some companies. I can refer you to some places that'll do your website very inexpensively. I've got some places that'll do your website for free and only charge you to host it. So I'm just telling you, it's all kind of resources out there. So I would definitely tell you to.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you got it. Anytime. Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Dunbar, this is oops. Can you hear me okay? This is Jerry.
It's Jerry, not Jerry. Jerry Clement.
Right. I just.
I didn't know that. All the time I've been sitting your name, I've been thinking it was Jerry, even though they have 2 hours. So
that's okay.
Guess what? You can do what I do for a living and be stupid. So this is,
Do you first of all, I have to say, it was like a short circuit for me. Like now I got to stop for a minute. It's like, but it's been so, the information that you share, of course, everybody, it's the same. It's valuable. I can't even tell you how meaningful it is. So my question is, do you ever do any personal consultation regarding maybe taking a look at someone's maybe LinkedIn account, LinkedIn profile? Do you do any individual consultation work?
Not really. So really the most that you're going to pretty much get on that with me is like I'll do a free consultation with people. So if you want to use that free consultation for that reason, then you can. A free consultation is a free consultation. So whatever you do with that free consultation is up to you. So I do a free consultation for about 30 minutes to an hour. So if you're saying this is what I want my consultation, and it'll ask you those questions so you can fill that out when you're doing a free consultation. When it comes to me, it'll let me know ahead of time. So you could do a free consultation that way. Other than that, no, that normally that's something that I do with my clients. So if my client had, like my clients that I have websites, they'll say, okay, look at my website and let me know what I need to be doing to change my website up so that I can get more traffic or so that I can stick to my niche. And I'll do that. And they'll have social media pages as well. Be like, and I'll look at them. And typically I do that for my clients anyway. I'm like, I'm going to look. And I'm like, look, Jaree, why you got a picture of a dog on your profile? Please take that down. Like, you know, that like, or on your personal profile, you're gonna picture your dog. I wouldn't suggest it on your personal profile either. But if you want to have one there for your personal profile, you can get away with it. But your business stuff, unless you got a company that has to do with pets, your dog shouldn't be up there. Your granddaughter shouldn't be up there. And it's just, it needs to be a picture of you because people are looking at your social media from all over the world. And like sometimes people don't understand what we think makes sense in the United States may not make sense in London. It may not make sense in some other parts of Europe or wherever the case may be. So somebody looking at your profile and then you might be selling something that they can buy anywhere. And but they see in a picture of your dog, and to them that might not go well for them. When they see in a picture of you, everybody universally know a picture of you is a picture of you.
Right.
So just, you got to be careful when you're doing certain things. And like when it comes to LinkedIn, like on my LinkedIn account, I've got that I'm a part of Legal Shield. Like I have that in my LinkedIn account. So if you go to my LinkedIn, you will see that on my thing for what I do, that Legal Shield is in there. But that's not, it's not, the logo is not there. I don't talk about Legal Shield on LinkedIn. And I don't because there's too many Legal Shield people on LinkedIn. So I use my company. So if you form a company, like a benefits company, you want to use that benefits company as your marketing, and then offer people Legal Shield through the benefits company. Because if you get on there saying you Legal Shield, people gonna look right past your profile because it's like a zillion Legal Shield people there. Shoot, Jeff Bell on there. What the heck? You know what I mean? So it's like at the end of the day, you just don't want to look like everybody else before people get a chance to know you. So if I offer benefits, put your logo up there. So if you go to my LinkedIn account, that logo you see behind me right now, that's the logo up there on my LinkedIn. It's not Legal Shield, it's Training by Dunbar.
Okay. All right.
So always, like keep your stuff. And it's nothing. You're not hiding Legal Shield, but just do this little bit of homework for me, right? Yes, I got you, Miss Brady. I see that. That's what you put up there. Do me a favor. Go to LinkedIn and just pull some other Legal Shield people, like prominent Legal Shield people, and see what they have. See how disguised some of their profiles are. I'm talking about people that got rings.
Okay.
Ringer. Some of their profiles don't say Legal Shield. It says Legal Shield in their history of what they do, but like when you go to their page, Legal Shield don't pop. It doesn't pop out. You got some that's all it says is Legal Shield, but you got some people in Legal Shield that's been there 15, 20 years and they know better not to do that because nobody's gonna stop at your page. This Legal Shield is a name brand company. Nobody's gonna stop there because it says Legal Shield because they know somebody in Legal Shield already.
Okay. Well, this is really valuable because I mean, I do have a profile. Mine is a business solutions. That's my background, 30 years. You name it, from tax to payroll to HR to benefits to training. That's my whole professional career. You follow me? But I still, with everything that you presented today, it's like, oh man, I need to kind of refine this and, you know, maybe even though I have all of that and all of that experience, to focus in on a niche, you follow me, a niche, so that I can pinpoint exactly what that target audience is instead of the whole big umbrella. I guess, I don't know. All I know is it's like Paul, I hit the brakes. Okay. But thank you. And I think I'll just reach out to you. I really appreciate everything. And thank you so much for your time.
You got it.
All righty.
Absolutely. Anybody else? You guys good? Going once? Going twice? All right. So I appreciate you guys for being on. So next week, for real this time, it's really going to be mindset next week. It's gonna be mindset next week for real. And that'll be closed off. This was mindset. So if anybody has any questions on mindset and what mindset you should be in. The next few weeks is going to be on nothing but mindset. You're going to see a book to go along with it, some materials to go along with it. All that stuff will be available as well as we're going over the information. So next week, guys, new system, new training platform. Not platform is what I'm training on, but topics that I'm training on. So everybody have a fantastic weekend. I got y'all's messages. I got y'all's emails and y'all text messages. So I will work on that stuff for you guys. Thanks for being patient earlier on the technical difficulties, and I'll see you guys all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good
Thanks, Al. Good night.
Bye, everyone.